Hey, what's happening everybody? Willie here at the Great Outdoors. Yeah, I know I have been doing a lot of Shakespeare and a lot of Johnson reels here recently, and I really wanted to try to pull up, Willie, pull up. It ain't easy. I'm gonna tell you why it's not easy, because I don't really find the other things, and that's it. That's the funny part here recently. There's been a lot of Shakespeare and Johnson that has actually showed up at these flea markets and antique stores. And of course, always Mitchell. You're going to find a Mitchell 300 anywhere. I don't care where you go. Anybody's house, you open a drawer and it's a junk drawer with tools and markers and pens and stick pins, and you're going to find a Mitchell reel in that drawer too. It's just how Mitchell has always been. I went yesterday to an antique store where I actually got the 1810 way back when, the Shakespeare 1810, the silver and black one that I had to buy some parts for and had to do some fixing on. And I found a couple of things that kind of amused me, and I got a good deal on them, so I went ahead and picked them up. That's right. And they're both Daiwas. Craziness. This particular Daiwa came along, oh man, I would say somewhere late 70s and 80s in that time frame, and probably was one of the, if not the, smallest, that's right, smallest spin cast reels you could buy. And a lot of times they came as a combo, which is how I found one of these particular items, as a combo. I'm going to show you really quick. Look at that. What do you think of that? That is the Minicast-2. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The first time I ever saw one of these, my brother, my oldest brother, bought one for my mother and gave it to her. And it's tiny. It's teeny tiny. I recall a lot of issues with these reels. One of these issues being the line getting wrapped around your drag button. That's right. This piece of plastic sticking up out of here is your drag button. Now, I don't know what causes that. I have no idea. These reels particular, you could put, what is it? Where's it at? Oh, there it is. You could put 4-pound and 6-pound line on them. Would I put 4-pound line on this? Yes, I probably would. Would I go as high as 6? I don't know if I would or not. But maybe, just maybe, 6-pound line would keep it from getting tangled up around that centerpiece. This one seems to work. The anti-reverse and everything's moving, but man, is it stiff. It's definitely got to be taken apart and cleaned up, which is what today's video is all about. The Daiwa Minicast-2, or MC2 is what they used to call it. I'll show you the rod here real quick. This was the rod that it came on. This is, let me see if you some specs here. MC38S. As a matter of fact, don't I have one of them? This one, of course, falls into the ultralight. It's 4.5 feet long, 2 to 6-pound line, 1/16 to 1/40 ounce. Is that what that says? It's kind of starting to peel off of there. But anyway, I got the whole combo, reel and all, for 12 bucks. So I went ahead and got it. I'll show you the other one in a future episode, what we got. But this one today, we are going to work on getting it cleaned up and getting it functioning like it's supposed to do. Down to the table we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this thing taken apart. Dee-dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee-dee, are we in the right place? Yeah. All right. Let's move this rod. This does not need to be in my way right now. And first off, we'll take this cap off of here. If we can get that cap off of there. There we go. Then we will go for the little drag knob up top here. Now I'm going to tell you, I have never taken one of these apart. I've got no idea all the little ins and outs and what holds this thing together. Okay, well there's nothing much to that. That's cool. Does any of that stuff come off? Yeah, that does come off there. Well, it says off. Oh, okay. This is threaded on. That's pretty nifty. Oh, look at that. That's convenient. Daiwa, that's thinking right there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give them that. I'm going to give them a, hey, that's pretty cool. I'm going to go with that. Okay, let's go ahead and get a screwdriver and get the side cover off. I'm assuming now I can take that gear. Yeah, I can. I think I can. I think I can. Or can I not? No, that looks like it's pressed. How are you supposed to clean that out? Okay, I see. You just got to take the spring off. You take the spring off, then your gear comes off, and okay, we're good. All is good. It's actually a lot less complicated than I thought it was going to be. At least at this point, anyway. There is a lot of moving parts in this darn thing. I will tell you that. And it is funky inside. So, we'll set that there. We'll go ahead and take this off. Take that gear out. So we have a screw with a star washer. No washers in there that I can see. At least it doesn't look like it anyway. Now that gear, there's where the problem is. That gear barely wants to come out. It is so thick in here in the crank housing that it doesn't want to spin. So we're going to take care of that. Today that will be the repair that will take care and make this reel function like it should. Man, it does not want to come out. She has been in there a long time. Okay, we have a washer. All of that's pretty easy right there. No big deal. We have a spacer washer here. As you can see, that goes on there like that. This is really gummed up, and that's where the problem is. Now, let's take a look at this. See if I can figure out that this spring could be screwed on there. Yeah, it is. Okay, these springs are really cool because they coil the tippet section there tighter than the rest of the spring. So all you have to do is screw it onto the end of the pin, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, Daiwa, you're doing something to me here. I'm feeling a little more comfortable. All right, we're going to take this gear off. It's going to turn to the left. It's going to go counterclockwise. All right, we have a washer, and then we can take this off of here. These are the pieces that would go south on this reel, and you would wind up having no reel. So we have a little white washer that is a drag washer up on the top here, and then we can go clean this shaft off. We'll put that in here. So let's take all the pieces that we need to clean. That's really all that we need to take with us. All right, let's go. I'm going to go clean, and I shall return. All right, so we are back with a clean, I guess you'd say a cleaner bottom half, more or less, and we can at least put that back together again. It did clean up really well. This reel was not used very much. The gear and everything is, there's hardly any use on this at all, and I mean at all. Shaft looks really nice now, nice and smooth, no more goo. Little case cleaned up, looks good. I just got to get into this gear a little bit more because I couldn't see with the soap on it, so I'll get my little wire brass. We'll do some brass to brass cleaning here. All right, that is nice and cleaned up now. That's done. Now where do we want to begin? Where do we want to start? We'll go ahead and put the side gear and all that back in. First, we need our little brass spacer washer that was on there. That goes on here. Then we will take this gear and put it right down in here. All right, you just got an arm in there for your anti-reverse that you got to swing all the way to the top or the bottom part of the top half of the casing there. Once you got that done, everything moves pretty easily. All right, now we're going to go back out here. There was no washer or anything on the outside, so we can go ahead, put this crank back on here, put that on there. And there was the problem that we were having with this guy in general. It just, man, that is a lot of play. A lot of these reels, it seems like they did not put enough spacers on these things. I mean, that is an immense amount of play right there. And there is no other washers. There was no other washers in this reel at all. So it just makes you wonder, why didn't you put more spacers in there? Because that's a lot of play. I'm not joking. I guess it'll work. We'll just have to put her back together and see. And let's see, where do we want to go now? Now, I guess, really need to clean I need to get the rest of this line off of here for one thing. Put that through there. Alright, then that goes there. Alright, now see, all this you have to do is just turn it clockwise and it will screw right onto the tip. There we go. That's thinking right there. I'm gonna give that, well, it's not thinking when you don't put the gear back on it, but it's thinking. Daiwa was thinking. I may not have been thinking so much, but okay, got that back on. This was one of our little drag washer doodads. It's got to go back on here. Are we working? Yes, indeed we are. There's a C-clip on the top right there. You just pop that C-clip out and you can take your drag washers out, but it's just some dust down and there's all that is, and I'm not going to take that apart right now. And inside your rotor you have the same basic little leaf spring style spring there is what I was trying to say. We'll drop that back on there like that. We'll put this little top hat sort of thing, whatever this is, on there. Then we can screw that right back on here. This is, of course, like I said, your drag button. And this is how that's supposed to work. I will try to find some 4-pound line to go on this. I doubt that I will put 6. Alright, let's do that thing. Doing the thing. This one actually looks pretty new. I don't know how old these are. I really have. I know they've been around a long time. I used to use them in the 80s. My oldest brother gave my mom one. I wish I still had it. I threw it away when I was younger because I had absolutely had enough of it. I'm not kidding. I was done. I was tired of fighting that daggone thing, and as a kid, I just didn't know any better about taking it apart and cleaning it up and all that stuff. And if I did that, it probably would have worked fine, and it may have been what gave me the bad taste in my mouth for these reels all these years, and it was just really because I didn't take it apart and clean it. But there we go. That is how that's supposed to work. That's how that's supposed to work. Anti-reverse, that's how that's supposed to work. Drag, that's how that's supposed. Everything's working. Now, we'll put some line on this and we will take this guy out. This is perfect. I mean, if this works like it's supposed to, it would be absolutely perfect for bluegill, crappie. You could even take and probably throw small spinners with this thing and maybe catch some small trout, you know, a little 10-inch, 10-inch trout and stuff. But again, it is like the smallest. As far as I know to date, this is the smallest spin cast reel there is. That's just me. I don't know that for sure. It was the smallest one I ever seen in a store or ever used. She's working fine now. We'll put her back on the rod, but I need to clean the rod up. So I'll probably take that up to the shower, the bathtub. Don't tell my wife that, but clean that up and put this little reel back on it, put some 4-pound line on it, and I can see going out and having a good time with this little thing. I know Zebco makes the little 33s, and they're actually not the, what was it, the 33, there was the micro, and there was the UL3, which was like this by Zebco. But I still think the Zebco is a little bigger. But this is a tiny little thing, but it works good. And from what I saw inside internally in this thing, it's well thought out. It's put together pretty well. Now this one is made in Korea. Anyway, there you go guys. The Daiwa Minicast-2. As a combo. Nice little rod. It does have a metal screw for the foot. That's good. Not the plastic ones where they chip up and break up trying to get them on and off. Really, the handle needs to be cleaned up. That's the only thing that really needs to be cleaned. And it's not bad. It's aged. It's kind of hard. But since it was a combo, I will leave it as a combo. It is a 2-piece. You could, man, I could really put that on the monkey and go with it. That sounds like an episode in itself right there, doesn't it? Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate you. We will see you on the next one. Whatever the next one may be. I really like this thing. And I used to hate these things. Things may be changing. things may be changing around here. Things change, people change, they do things different, they make mistakes, we all do. Boo, what are you doing up there?